Blade Runner, the cult classic that movie nerds love, except this one. After watching the director's cut for this film, I was more confused and upset for a film that I think I've ever been before. Blade Runner is different from the sci-fi films that came out in the early 80s with the neo-noir film aesthetic, which I really enjoy. The constant use of the omniscious underlying green colour made a nice atmosphere that made it feel more techie than it really was. Of course, it used more colours like blue, which I thought worked really well in the haze of the pollution in the background of all the scenes, and the dark greys and blacks in the toymaker's house, which helped to make the cat and mouse chase scene at the climax more active and fun. But it did come at a cost. You can't see what is happening. Among many other things, I feel that this is the most upsetting, as Ridley Scott is a mastermind at building worlds with amazing visuals. It's just too bad we couldn't physically see them in this one. Apart from the story, I think the biggest letdown for this film were the characters. I have come to the definitive conclusion that not a single character in this film is fleshed out, hence I do not care about the film. I feel the most lacking character of them all is Rachel, or as I like to call her, fake girl robot who thinks that she is a girl but really isn't. When Deckard tests her at the start of the film, we find out that she's an advanced model with memories, but she doesn't know that she's a robot. Now, this is a cool revelation. I bet there is a very detailed and developed arc for this character who then has to come to terms with being a replicant and choosing whether this fake life is worth living in the first place. When Deckard tells Rachel that she's a replicant, she barely reacts. Obviously I know it's because it's something very heavy to think about from an acting standpoint, and you can't overdo it, but surely something must be better than this.
They're somebody else's. They're Tyrell's nieces. Okay. Bad joke. I made a bad joke.
Ridley Scott had the audacity to say that this is one of the greatest performances by Harrison Ford. Of course you would say something like that about your own film though. I, on the other hand, have the opinion that this is Harrison Ford's weakest role, as he seems almost incapable of acting. And of course, it's the whole shtick with him being a replicant, but Batty's a replicant, and at least he goes through some range of emotion in the final act. And while we're speaking about Batty, I fail to see why he is so dangerous. He shoved his hand in some really cold liquid. Ooh, you're hard. What does this show other than the fact that he is a replicant? Because everyone fears replicants for some reasons. I think it's because they killed a few people, but you know who else is capable of murder? Humans. Batty's girlfriend Pris is also in this film, or as I like to call her, emo girl from Lazy Town. That's all I have to say about her really. Oh, actually she does do some cool flips, I'll give her that. I think this film is supposed to be a slow burner, which I'm all for. Give me something like that any day of the week, but this film fails to answer any of the questions it sets itself up for. To prove that, here are my initial questions after I watched the film. Why are these replicants so dangerous? Yes, they kill people, but don't humans? Why are replicants killing humans? What was the replicants' original purpose? Could there have been a Terminator opening instead of a Predator Star Wars? Why do they only live for 4 years? What is it Blade Runner really? Why did they rehire Deckard to tackle this serious case? What was this series? 6 robots? Why was Deckard the only Blade Runner? Why did only Blade Runner? Why did no blood come out of the replicant? Why did no? How did this movie get a sequel? Do the replicants have feelings or not? Do the replicants have feelings or not? Do the replicants have feelings or not? However, I do hate to admit it, but the world's creative was quite immersive. It gave off the futuristic element where all the white and rich people left for the new world and ditched every single Asian person in Los Angeles. I enjoyed the establishing shots of the film, which are used very well to set up something incredible, but it's just a shame it never took off. I just wanted to say thank you for watching this video. If you have any other thoughts, please leave them down in the comments below. These are my initial thoughts straight after watching this film, and my opinion about the film hasn't changed. However, I do have a newfound respect for the making of the film. Thanks for checking out the video, and I hope to see you all again. The end.